Once upon a time, in a distant kingdom, there was a very beautiful and kind-hearted young girl named Cinderella. Cinderella lived in a small cottage with her evil stepmother and stepsisters. Her stepmother and siblings treated Cinderella badly and treated her as their servant and made her do all their work. Despite the difficult living conditions, Cinderella's heart of beauty and kindness never faded. He would wake up early in the morning every day and rush to finish his household chores. Despite the bad behavior of his stepmother and stepsisters, the hope and love within him never diminished. One day, an invitation came from the royal palace, announcing that a grand ball would be held in the prince's honor, but Cinderella's stepmother forbade her from attending. Although Cinderella burst into tears and despaired of this obstacle, a ray of hope still shone in her inner world. The day of the ball came. The stepmother and siblings got ready and set out for the palace. While Cinderella was sitting at home sadly after their departure, the fairy godmother suddenly appeared and presented her with a magnificent dress, glass and crystal shoes, and a magical carriage. Cinderella was surprised and very happy by what happened. She put on the dress and shoes her fairy mother brought, got ready, and got into her car, waiting outside to go to the palace. The fairy godmother had specifically warned Cinderella about one thing. She had to leave the palace before midnight and return to her cottage. The ball in the palace had begun, and the guests, including Cinderella, had taken their seats. But one person caught everyone's attention, and that was Cinderella. Cinderella's presence resembled a rose garden in the elegant atmosphere of the palace, and she attracted everyone's attention with her elegance and beauty. Even the prince was enthralled by Cinderella's presence. The prince and Cinderella met, lost track of time, got lost in each other's arms, and danced until the late hours of the night. But when the clock struck midnight, Cinderella remembered the fairy godmother's warning and decided to leave the palace in a hurry. As she walked up the steps of the palace, Cinderella, stepping in the dark, slipped and left a glass slipper behind, returning to her cottage. The next day, the prince set out to find the beautiful and mysterious girl. Using only the glass shoe as his only clue, he travelled throughout the kingdom and began searching for his true love. While knocking on the door of every house, he had hope and excitement in his heart, but he could not find the owner of the shoe. When the prince and his soldiers arrived at Cinderella's cottage, her stepsisters tried desperately to try on the glass shoe, but it did not fit any of their feet. When it was finally Cinderella's turn, the shoe fit perfectly. This moment was the moment when the prince found the true owner of his love, which he had been searching for a long time. His eyes caught the sparkle on Cinderella's face, and he felt that he was in front of the one who would fill the void in his heart. The prince realized that the beautiful and mysterious girl at the ball was Cinderella. This was the triumph of true love and the beginning of happiness. Overjoyed, the prince took Cinderella in his arms and declared her his princess. Cinderella had a smile full of love on her face because she left all the difficulties she experienced behind and now became the princess of the kingdom. Cinderella and the prince began a new chapter of their lives, opening the doors to a loving future together. This new beginning heralded the days full of happiness, love, and adventure they would share together. The difficulties they had experienced in the past were now behind them, and there were good days ahead of them to explore together.